Just like these devils have nursery rhymes and things to make fun of you jakes, we're gonna have that in the kingdom, man. All right. But when you look at all these nursery rhymes, they're all racist, things that they used to say back in the day, man. All right. So we're gonna have that for them in the kingdom. You see? And it says, matter of fact, start at verse 4. It says, verse 5, Salaki. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, man. All right. So once these Edomites are taken down, that's when the earth is going to be at rest. That's when everything's going to go back to the way it's supposed to be. See? Because guess what? Israel was created to rule the planet. We were created to actually teach these other nations how to operate, man. All right? And the scriptures say that if these nations don't come and serve us, right, and to keep certain high holy days as well, there's not going to be rain. The rain is not going to fall in that nation, which means there's going to be a famine, man. So there's not going to be well, if there is a revolt, just for an example, there's not going to be one after that, because they're going to know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is with us, man. All right? Hebrews the 8th chapter. Because in the kingdom, our people are going to be made perfect, man. The Israelites are going to be perfect. They're not gonna go off, man. The only thing they're gonna be able to teach is righteousness. Matter of fact, before I get Hebrews 8, we get Isaiah the 2nd chapter. Isaiah 2, and I'll start at verse 1. It says the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. All right? And it says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Okay, so the word of the law, statutes, and commandments is going to come from us, the Israelites, man. And this is what these other nations are going to come to learn the word of the Lord, man. Learn how to live. Okay. And that's going to be the end. That's going to be the end game at the end of it. That's the true end game. Okay? Like Thanos had an end game, this is going to be the true end game. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. See, so we're going to have to rebuke these people. You know, because they're not just going to fall in line automatically. They don't have the laws written inside them. We're going to have to rebuke many of these nations. Okay? And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of Yahweh. So that's it, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's the end game. That's what's going to happen at the end. But that's once Israel is perfect, man. And we're going to be able to teach these other nations how to live. You see? We're not going to have them eating squid and shrimp and all these things that clean the earth, man. That's why the earth is all messed up now. So that's part of the reason, man. Okay? Because people are eating abominations that are not meant to be eaten, man. You see? So all that's going to come in order. You know? But Esau doesn't know that. Esau don't have no understanding of that. That's why Esau's not meant to be ruling, man. Esau's meant to be in captivity. He's not meant to be ruling. He doesn't know the science, the true science behind how to run the planet Earth. He doesn't know that. He's not privy to that. in verse 6, it says, but now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel, with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, they shall be to me a people. All right, so the Most High is going to write the law, statutes, and commandments into the minds of the Israelites, man. There's not going to be any confusion of what to do, man. You know, what to eat. You know what I'm saying? What time to keep the high holy days. There's not going to be any confusion on that. You see, because everything's going to be within us, man. You see, as soon as Israelites are born, it's going to be within them. And it says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. So that's it. That's the exact opposite of what's going to happen to Esau Edom. Esau Edom, the Most High said he's going to remember his iniquities. You understand? So that's the difference between us and the rest of the heathen, man. Okay? There's not going to be a competition in that time, man, because the Most High is going to show who he's dealing with. And he's not dealing with you other nations, man. Especially not the nation of Edom. You know? In fact, let's get Romans the 9th chapter. This is Romans 9, we'll start at verse 3. It says, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. And we just read a covenant, man. You see what I'm saying? What's the giving of the law? You know, that has to do with sin. That has to do with sin. We are the real ones technically who can sin. We're the only ones who technically can sin. You know, because we're under the law. You know, the service of the Most High, right? Being a prophet, you know, being a man of the Lord. That's being a priest. That's only given unto the Israelites. There's no other nation that can do that. So they have the Quran. The people who believe in the Quran, they're speaking about Muhammad being a prophet. He's not a prophet, man. He's an Ishmaelite, man. The Most High just said it right. It's just said right here in Romans 9 that it's not given to no other nation. Okay? So Ishmael can't get into this. It says, matter of fact, I'll read that again. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, right, which is the kingdom of heaven, all right, and all the perks, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh of Mashiach came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen. Let it be. So that's it, man. All right. So the Most High is not dealing with these other nations on that level. Okay, he's only dealing with Israel on that level. Okay, and he'll never be dealing with these other nations on that level. The scripture says in Psalms, what's that? Psalms 148 or something like that. This is Psalms 147, verse 19. It says, He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh, man. So he hasn't dealt like that with any nation. He hasn't dealt with any nation on a personal level, so to speak, man. He doesn't have any compassion for these other heathen. You see what I'm saying? The compassion is for Israel. You know? So there's no way that these heathens could try and graft themselves into the promises, because the promises was not given to them. It was not promised to them. You know, you got these heathens being so-called Christians. This book is against you, man. This book is against you, man. It's not for you. If you're a heathen, you should be offended at the scriptures. If you're not an Israelite. And Esau, Edom especially should be offended at the scriptures. You know? Especially. You see what I'm saying? Because the scriptures are not for him. The scriptures are not for his benefit, man. You know? It only speaks negative about Esau, Edom. You know? Let's get This is Psalms 50, in verse 16. It says, But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee? All right, so that's what he says to what? The heathen, especially Esau, man. Right? They call themselves Christians, you know. They call themselves holding up the Bible in court. You have to swear on that. When the scriptures clearly say not to swear. All right? But they have you swear upon the Bible. See what I'm saying? So Esau, he's an idiot, man. Okay? You know, even back then when they were doing all that wickedness to Jacobs in, you know, post-slavery and slavery time, even when they came to destroy Gad, they did that in the name of the scriptures. When the scriptures completely speak against what they were doing. You see? So they basically put that curse upon themselves, man. That's why the scripture says what? It says, What have ye to do to declare my statutes, seeing you hated instruction, man? And these Edomites hate instruction, man. They don't like to follow the instructions that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua left. You see? They don't like that. You know? The instruction that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua left is grievous unto them. Man. To them, that's wickedness, man. You know? They look at it. They look at it backwards, man. They call it, the scriptures say, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil." That's what these Edomites do throughout their whole society, man. Say, no, you can go ahead and get an abortion. That's cool. You know, you can go ahead and lay with another man. That's cool. Another woman. That's cool. You know, because Esau's about wickedness. He's about left-hand energy. All right. While the Israelite, the elected nation of Israel, is about right-hand energy, which is righteousness. You see? You know, but the Most High controls both sides. He controls the wicked and the righteous. He creates the light and he creates the darkness. So basically, the Most High has you in a trick bag. Let's get Isaiah 45. This is Isaiah 45. I'll start at verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. All right, so the Most High creates all that, man. So he's controlling both sides of the spectrum. You see, he's the basically the great director. That's why people don't understand it when they read this. How can he tell this, and this to happen? Well, that's, he's saying not to do this, but he's doing this, that. You're not on the level of the Most High. You can't try and figure out the Most High. The Most High is above anything that you could think of, man. All right, he does what he wants, man. And he set this up the way he set it up for his purpose, for his glorification, really, ultimately. You see what I'm saying? He didn't set up Israel, to redeem Israel back because of us. The scriptures clearly says he did that for his name's sake, because his name was upon us. Let's get Amos 3:6. It's Amos 3 and verse 6. It reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people will not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Right? So the Most High controls all that, man, the good and the evil. You see what happened in the Bahamas recently? The Most High did that, man. All right? That was judgment for those people, man, because there was wickedness going on back down there. Just like there's wickedness going on all throughout these societies, man. All these, America, especially America. America's the wickedest place on the planet Earth. You got all these different places, these Edomite nations, London and Sweden, all these places across the planet Earth have wickedness in it, man. All right? And the Most High is going to judge every last one of them. It says, verse 7, surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And that's a secret, man, the fact that the Most High controls both sides. You understand? These churches, they don't know that. They don't speak about that. These pastors in these churches. You ask them about that, they'll be like, what? Why? I didn't know that. Because they don't understand the Bible. They don't read the Bible. You see? But we understand it. You see? With that, give all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much respect for you brothers out there pushing this word out with truth and sincerity. Shalom.